Lesson number 3, defect analysis and prevention. Let's analyze why the defects in any software process are occurring. And we're also going to learn about defect prevention techniques. By the end of this lesson, you're going to understand defect analysis, defect causal analysis, and defect prevention. Let's get started. Defect analysis, an introduction. In general, a defect can occur because of human errors. Some of the general observed causes behind defect occurrences in software processes are time pressure. Most of the time, software projects need to be completed within a fixed timeline. This may create time pressure in people's minds. Also, the code complexity. It may cause errors in the functionality. We could also look at lack of training. That's the most common cause behind defect occurrences. So, management should properly train the employees while deploying the software projects. Very important is the infrastructure compatibility. If the infrastructure, like servers and browsers, are not compatible to the software that's being developed, it obviously may cause defect occurrences. For example, some of the cosmetic defects may occur when the application is accessed with an older version of the browser. The main reason is the browser is not supporting the software. In such a case, the latest version of the browser is obviously recommended. We can also see that frequent and uncontrolled changes in requirements can cause defects. Frequent changes in functionality or technical requirements by the customer are the main reason behind defect occurrences. And sometimes, due to multi-vendor software development activities, defects may increase. For example, if the customer is opting Company A as the development vendor and Company B as the testing services provider, and at the same time Company C as the infrastructure support provider, then defects in the overall process are bound to occur. Defect causal analysis. We like to take a proactive approach to this. This simple and cost-effective process of defect causal analysis is very helpful. It improves the quality of the software team performance, which in turn proves useful for the organization. In this case, defect causal analysis may make changes at the process level. It helps in defect prevention or early detection. This analysis is a low-cost method for systematically improving the quality of the software. This method can improve the software quality significantly. The defect causal analysis can be defined as an action of defect analysis to identify its root cause in order to prevent the recurrence of the same defect. Another example would be the proper training and induction must be given to the employees working on the software projects so that the defects occurring due to their lack of knowledge can be avoided in the future. That is defect causal analysis. Defect prevention. Let's look at defect prevention. The first step towards defect prevention is to understand the reason behind the defect occurrence. An example would be frequent changes in the requirements from the client side being the root cause behind the functional defects. Also, once the root cause is identified, then senior management can decide what action can be taken to prevent further defect occurrences. One of the solutions is to process the change so the defects can be prevented in the future. Example, if the defects are occurring due to frequent changes in business-level requirements, then as a part of the process, changed business-level requirements needs to be fixed after detailed analysis. Then, only further software development processes can be implemented. Once the process change is implemented, then management has to study the impact. For example, the customer may expect business-level changes after the application is ready for delivery, so proper negotiation has to be made with the customer up front. Finally, the cost-benefit analysis needs to be performed if the organization wants to implement defect prevention methodologies.